Hello and a very warm welcome. F1 testing, second test, day 2. Wow, we started on intermediates. Bill of rain at Barcelona. Ocon was out first time on intermediates used. Latifi, turn 12, went through the gravel. Very eventful day today. Max spun. Had a lot of testing gear on, had the air brakes on, he was going very slow, always in the chicane. Max must have had the most spins in that chicane all week, like during testing. Finally dry tyres, it was a bit of a wait, we had to wait for the track to dry out. Instead of the cars getting out there and going round and drying the track out, they just waited and waited. Then, first red flag of the day, Giovinazzi went off turn 4. Hit the barrier with his rear wing, managed to get it out, put gravel and debris all over the track. His rear wing came off down the straight, and that was the first red flag. Debris and gravel on the track. Max finally sets a lap. He was in the garage a very long time. Bottas went through the gravel, and here we go at turn 5. Bottas went through the gravel, managed to get out. Then Max went off at turn 5, got beached. That was the second red flag. And then turn 5 again, Vettel literally went in, spun, put the power down, put loads of gravel all over the track, and that was another red flag. So we had a red flag for Max, we had a red flag for Vettel putting all the gravel over. Eventful morning. Lunch on day 2 of the second test. Vettel quickest, 3 red flags. After lunch, Pierre Gasly, the first man out. Ricciardo, Albon and Lewis take over for the afternoon from Bottas, Ocon and Max. Lewis, 1 hour into the session, he hadn't been out. Gasly was the first man to hit 100 laps. Red flag. Now here comes the big shot. Mercedes stop. Is it snowing? No. Lewis Hamilton stops out on track. Red flag. Lewis stops between 6 and 7. Huge shock. I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was in the garage an hour, didn't get out, then he did 14 laps and then he stops. Power unit issue. Lots of long race runs. Mercedes confirmed that the day is over. Lewis Hamilton, couldn't get back out. Only did 14 laps. Lots of lockups into turn 10. Was a pretty quiet last hour. Red flags. Giovinazzi turn 4. Max got stuck in the gravel. Vettel spun, put loads of gravel on the circuit. And Lewis, total shutdown, power unit issue. Sebastian Vettel. So Ferrari finally on top. Wasn't a spectacular lap time, but 144 laps for Vettel. That is his last day of testing. Charles Leclerc will come in tomorrow. Second, Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. He's got 138 laps. A lot of these drivers, this is their last day. It won't be the last day for the likes of Mercedes and Renault, but the likes of Vettel, Gasly, Stroll, this is their last day. Their teammates will be coming in tomorrow. Lance Stroll, P3. Again, Racing Point impressive. Even on their long run, they were impressive. They were matching the times of Ferrari. Are we getting carried away with Racing Point? They just look superb. 130 laps for Lance. Fourth, Nicholas Latifi. 159 laps, the most laps of anyone. Williams didn't even make the first test last year, yet they've done 159 laps today. Fifth, Lando Norris. 112 laps. A lot of lockups. McLaren just sticking to their plan, going quietly about their business. 6. Max. 31 laps. Tough day for Max. He had a spin with the air brakes on. Then he got beached in the gravel. Took him ages to even get out and do some laps. It was a pretty awful day for the Dutchman. 7th. Valtteri James Bottas with 47 laps. Had a trip through the gravel trap. Then had an issue 5 minutes before lunch. 8. Esteban Ocon, 37 laps. Was in the commentary box after lunch. Ocon, 37 laps. Not great. Not much to say about Ocon. Kevin Magnussen, P9, 110 laps. Pretty solid day for K-Mag. 10th, Alexander Albon, 61 laps. Came in lunch, Max in the morning, Albon in the afternoon, 61 laps. 11th, Daniel Ricciardo with 59. Again, Renault I've not got much written down about Renault today. 59 laps for Ricciardo, 37 for Ocon. Giovinazzi's P12 with 92. Went in backwards, turn 4, hit his rear wing, managed to get it out. Then as he was going back to the pits, he dropped gravel all over the track, dropped his rear wing over the track. He made a right mess of it. He won't be combing his hair this evening, will the Italian. And then 13th and last, Lewis Hamilton, 14 laps. Mercedes stop out on track. We've seen a couple of issues with Williams with Mercedes engines, but Mercedes looks so reliable, running. Lewis Hamilton, 14 laps, and Mercedes stop. I was shocked, and I'm sure you was too. F1 testing, day 2, second test. My reaction, no footage. Mercedes stop, and spins galore, really. I mean, we see Max spin, we saw Vettel spin, we saw Bottas go through the gravel, we saw Giovinazzi go through the gravel. Pretty eventful day. Join me tomorrow for the last day of testing. I mean, I've been calling these videos F1 testing day 2 second test. I could just call it F1 testing day 5. Couldn't I really, because we've got 6 days of testing. That is 5 days done. Incredible. So 40 hours of testing done. We've got 8 hours left, and then we go on to Albert Park, Melbourne. It's getting intense. We should see a lot of them actually really pushing tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a bit of leeway as what the order's going to be. Mercedes are going to be number 1. Looks like Red Bull are 2. Ferrari will be 3. Racing Point 4. But let's see them actually get the quickest tyre on and set some lap times. Comment down below. We'll always reply. That is day 2 of testing done. Join me later for Manchester United match reaction, and tomorrow for the final day of testing. We've covered every single day. We're not going to stop. We're going to cover every single race weekend. We are F1 on here. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, first one to comment, you know the story. Get them comments in quickly. Adios. Thanks for watching. And a very, very eventful day 2. Spins, Giovinazzi hitting the barrier, Hamilton stopping. Can't believe it. 14 laps. What a disaster of a day for Max and Hamilton. Max gets 31 laps, has a spin, beached in the gravel, and the world champion, 14 laps, stops out on track and his day's over. Wow.